when I was the deputy mayor for Vedat Dalakay, and we started an eco-design principles as EcoKent. Now we planned it 300,000 people. It was the biggest, even bigger than the Soviet projects. And then now 1 million people are living there, and these ecological principles or sustainability are hindered a little bit, but it's now you are going to see the end products. We are not happy with the end products, but it's the best and biggest example. You know, in Austin, in San Francisco, or in Turkey, in Istanbul, or some Izmir projects, it's a revitalization of the one old city. This different example to be given by me is the started from this zero thing, and we need this. And we have inside Turkey and the other parts, we have 36 not imitation, but something in Middle Asia, in Cyprus, in other parts, and in other parts in Turkey, 22 examples of so-called West City Batıkent. And what's that? Poverty alleviation programs we learned from Mr. Kelesh and from the United Nations projects, and we tried to apply it in Batıkent, and we made an academic PhD and master thesis of simple models, how they are going to be with their orientation and greywater applications and all walking distances and other transportation needs. It should be something from the design, like maybe Utopia or Platon's city design. As an architect, we started to build, to make it visualized in sections and innovations, and then what will be the result. It was an experimental tool, but we applied, and we had a 20 years of interval, but we hope that it will continue in some parts of all over the world. A new model of eco-planning against poverty and hazard preventions. And it was started as Ekkondu. It was in the plan of Ankara, a very crucial place. It's settled there. And then we made a kind of distorted grid plan, like Zaha's Kartal after 20 years. And then, but according to the movement of the area, it had some different principles or different implications. And we all worked on the sun and shade and water and other principles. And then we also worked on the computer, how it's going to be our design will be in shading and energy losing and gaining. The lady also worked for TÜBİTAK for this 4 years in Middle East Technical University. Example applications of ecological inspections, and we, according to that mathematical model, we also revised our design. And those are the very simple designs. And this is the first one, is the free cooperative. I designed it, and it was only very simple natural materials or edible pages. Not, now it changed, and then we made a master's program also after 35 years. How it's going to be revised? They said very expensive to use photovoltaics. At that time, we had the place put, but we couldn't put the photovoltaics. But after that, now, if we are going to revise at 40 years, how it's going to be? And it's not as beautiful as the old historical ones I designed, but a student made something like that. Also, we have some similar examples in Mikkeli, Finland. And this is important, and we worked on it because it's the same time, it's the like Austin or LA projects, but they try to revise the urban fabric. Also, they add nearly 6,000 units. It's not finished, but you can see some implications and some design. And then also we worked on getting there, and after 1990, similar smaller project of solar city in Austria. We only used $3 billion. All we didn't, but all the investors. This solar city is 1/6 times smaller, and the European Union spent nearly 20 billion euros for this project, and they used Foster and Renzo in these social housing projects. This was the model, this was the plan, and this was the model, and you are going to see the final thing. Decentralized wastewater as greywater project, and the energy saving and passive and active solar things, including photovoltaics and solar things, and those are photographs taken from us 2 years ago. This is Foster's design, and the other was piano. And we made a matrix of, if you can take it, from all over the world. It's another master thesis using and comparing Vatican and Chinese example, and we have in India an example. We compare analysis according to the economy, ecology, energy saving, and all the other factors of the matrix as third dimension. Each factor also has the third dimension. Also, you can just use this design mode, and everything will be used. And I should just want to see, because we are in space odyssey, people's being a dean, we also worked on Foster's lunar design. 60% is working for the first settlement, you know, and 4 of them are Turks, anyway. City fractals and Foster's new approach to like Ankara or like Washington, a new city for a Turkish Middle Asia place. And those are the interesting projects. And this is the 3D printer's first thing. And then it's going to be connected, and we tried also this, but we couldn't solve how concrete or plastics will be on the construction site. We are working on the new kind of concrete. That was a very interesting presentation, and those are Chinese. So those are some of them are Foster's, some of them are Soms, Kitolong's, and Merritt's projects. And we are also trying to reach and understand how we are going to for the first social housing or ecological. It should be, and it must be it's not necessarily to be ecological on Earth, but 100% ecological and sustainable, and Moon and First Venus, and then the others. And we are working on this, and thank you for great thinking. And with that, I see they were looking very interestingly looked at, and then I will continue maybe as the translator, if the translator. Very good. Then I finished my work, and then thank you very much for your